today for penmanship we are doing page 37, okay? And it is practical use of penmanship, and we will be labeling the parts of the different arithmetic problems, all right? So when you are adding up problems, what is every number you're adding up called? Adam? All right. Jonathan?
There's a factor, and a sum.
No, there's not. There is a sum. No, who knows what other numbers you add together are called? I have told you many times, guys. What have I told you? The numbers you add together are called?
Sum.
Now that's the answer. So he was right on the sum, but it's not factor. Factor is for a different kind of problem.
Subtrahend.
No, that's subtraction. Subtrahend and subtraction. Test? Yes, they're called add-ins. So the side, that top arithmetic problem where it has a line going out, you're going to write add-in. Now I'm going to be very kind, and I am not going to make you write add-in 3 times. All right? So A, D, D. Make sure you're going up and around, back around for the A and the D and the D, and then the D on the end. Up and around, stop, back around, touch. But you're just going to write add in once. Now all 3 of those numbers would be add in. Add in, and then when you get to the answer, what is the answer? Sum. Now, do you have the answer there yet? No, but where the answer is missing, you're going to write sum. So sum is S-U-M. S-U-M. So make sure your S is pointing on the top, belly on the bottom, 2 driveways, and 3 humps for the M. Sum. So instead of making you write add in, then write sum, I'm just going to let you write add in, write sum. What?
Doing like sum at
Where the answer is going to go. We don't have an answer yet, but you're going to do it on that last line at the bottom. The one where there's no answer. Yes, right there. We are gonna add these up, but we will do that after we're finished here. So just write add in very neatly. That is not very neatly. I want it neatly. I want it small. And you are not doing the connecting strokes well. Look. Grace, please look. You need to do these connecting strokes. You're not. You're just stopping the letter and then you're doing the next letter. You need to make a nice connecting stroke in the next letter, and then another nice connecting stroke, and another. You need to make that connecting stroke. All right, now let's move down to the subtraction. So what is the top number, the big number on the subtraction problem called? Yes?
the munchery.
It starts with an M. It is called the minuend. So go down to that subtraction problem. By the way, is everyone done with add in and sum?
Yeah.
Can I erase it? Alright, I'm going to erase it then. Alright, so this is the big number, the number on top. So beside the top number on the subtraction problem, you're going to write minuend. This is how you spell it. M-I-N-U-E-N-D. Minuend. And you need to write small and have nice connecting strokes. Alright, and that second number that you subtract, what is that one called? Come on, when we check the subtraction problems, I say you add this to this. What is one of the things you add up together?
The 10. Subtrahend.
The subtrahend. So that second number you subtract, so it's minus whatever the number is, that's where you're going to write subtrahend. And that got crooked on me for some reason. Subtrahend. So we got a minuend and we got a subtrahend. And that is your second number. Alright, and what is the answer to a subtraction problem called? Maya?
The difference.
Difference. Very good. So where the answer is going to go, if they don't have an answer, you are going to put difference. make sure you're going the right direction for the tails on your F's. Difference, D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-C-E, difference. D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-C, difference.
Is the bottom like square root?
No, we'll
Oh,
get to
looks
that.
like that.
Can you just wait till I get there? I know what you're talking about, but that looks sort of like it, but it's different. But it is. All right, do we need more time?
Yeah.
Difference?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, please don't be yelling no and yes like you're having an argument. Yes,
Where do you write difference?
where the answer is going to be. There is no answer, but there is a line beside that empty place, and we are gonna go back and do them. We may do them during math. I may go back and have you pull this out and we'll actually do the problems during math. We're just gonna label them today for penmanship. Excuse me, please stop. All right, raise your hand if you still need to write difference. All right. Okay, can you not see? D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-C-E. D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-C-E, yes.
Are you just writing all the lines?
Yes, you're supposed to be writing on those lines. Those big long lines at the end, that's where you're supposed to be writing. Yes,
If we actually get to do these at math,
yeah.
now can we do them to?
I will teach you. I will help you. On those ones we don't know, I will help you do them, okay? But this is about writing your numbers neatly too. All right, is everyone finished with difference now? All right, so the next problems you see are what kind of problems? Multiplication, very good. And we will do these together because I know you guys don't know how to do one that complicated. But Jonathan, you had the right answer for the two numbers at the top. What did you call them? When you thought you were telling me add-in? Do you remember what you called the add-ins?
A factor?
Yes, that is what you call the two numbers from multiplication problem. No, not sum, that's for addition. Sum was right for addition, but not factor. So beside the multiplication problems, the two top numbers are called factor. Just like with addition, both of them were add-ins. Well, with multiplication, both of them are factor. So you can just put factor
No, I remember.
one time. So both numbers that are being multiplied are called factor. Okay, we're not gonna have a chit chat. So if you're wanting to do a chit chat, we're not doing it.
Let's quit.
No, I'm sorry, we're not. We're not chit chatting right now. We're videoing the class, so we're not gonna have a chit chat time. Please, stop trying to do it during my video. Alright, so what is the answer? Does anybody know what factor? Anybody? Alright, it's called the product. So, I'm not gonna make you write factor, just like I didn't make you write add-in. You can just write factor one time, but you're gonna skip down to where the answer will be. So that empty line, where there's nothing beside it, and you're gonna write product. P-R-O-D-U-C-T. Product.
An easy way to remember is think of a factory. What do factories make products?
Oh, I've never had anybody think of that before. Yep, that might help you remember it though, if you think of it that way. Yes?
You know how to spell factor? If we had the list 7 test, if you know how to spell factor, it would help you remind you of tractor.
And actor isn't factor?
That's
So
what I
it's
was
really
gonna
not
say when I raised my hand, that tractor and factor line.
Alright. Tractor and factor rhyme. Alright, anybody need more time to write factor? Remember, I'm not making you write factor product, but both of those numbers would be called factors, just like they were all called add-ins and then a sum. They're both called, and the answer is the product. Now, that brings us to that section where, sorry,
Oh.
you guys, I thought you were done because you only had to write factor one time.
We were writing on him to tell you we were not.
Okay, are you done with factor?
No, we're on product. I'm on
I just asked if you're done with factor. Is there anybody that's not finished writing factor? Okay, then I'm gonna erase factor, and you need to finish writing product. I figured since I didn't make you write factor, and then product, I just made you write it one time.
I'm good. Me too.
All right. Now we're gonna do division. Now they're only making you label that one problem that says 69 divided by 3. So this, divided by 3, and then they have. So they have a line in front of the 3, so that's asking you what the 3 is. Are you listening to me? So the line in front of the 3, that is called your divisor. D-I-V-I-S-O-R. So make sure you do the hill valley, okay? Make sure you start with a C going into a D. That's how you make a D. Then your V should have a hill and a valley, then a connecting stroke into the I. It's a high connecting stroke. So D-I-V-I-S-O-R. That's your divisor. That's the number you're dividing by.
That's so small, I can't see it.
Then I will write it bigger. This word, I will write it big enough for you guys to see. D-I-V-I-S-O-R. Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. Yes.
My old school, on like the bus, there's these kids who brought up the divide, like that stuff, and multiplication, and then they taught it, and then it went all around the school bus, and then we all learned how to do multiplication.
Cool.
And that.
All right, for those of you who finished writing divisor, the line over here by the 69, that one is called, the 69 is called the dividend. And I'm going to write it down here where you're supposed to put it, and I'll write it big up here. All right, so it is called the dividend. And that goes on the second line, the one that's beside the 69. Because your answer is going to go up here, and they have another line right here. That's where your answer is going to go, on top. A little weird, isn't it? You guys are used to putting your answer underneath. Well, when you do a division frame like this, your answer goes on top. Yes?
Both of those words are alike because they both have two I's in the same place,
Yeah.
and
They both start with divide, and it's like the word division. Right? D-I-V-I, like division. D-I-V-I, like in division. All right, now I'm going to tell, for those of you that are ready, because I see some of you are ready, the answer is called the quotient. So it actually starts with a Q. Q-U. Do not start writing the Q till I remind you about the Q. Q-U-O-T-I-E-N-T. And I'm going to write it right here big, but it goes above where you wrote dividend. Dividend should be by the 69, and quotient is going to go here by where that answer is going to be. So now I'm going to write that really big. Do not forget that when you do the Q, you're going to go this way and touch, then go out into the U. Right? Because if you do it cross, if you go like this, what letter did you make?
G.
That's a G. So when you do the Q, you start out like making an A, and then come this way and come and touch, then go out. Because the difference between a Q and a G is the way you make the tail. So Q-U-O-T-I-N-E-N-E.
You need to cross the T.
Yeah, I do need to cross my T. I crossed it at the other place, didn't I? And I crossed this one, I just didn't cross the other one. Got the I's, cross the T. Quotient, Q-U-O-T-I-E-N-T, quotient. All right, so we will do the math problems, but we would do them during math, okay? Probably tomorrow. So if you have finished writing quotient, then you may put your paper away and get out your history book.